Bundesliga Borussia Monchengladbach vs. Hoffenheim prediction, team news, lineups preview. Both teams will be aiming to return to winning ways when Borussia Mönchengladbach host Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga on Saturday. Gladbach were beaten 4-2 by Borussia Dortmund last weekend, while Hoffenheim drew 1-1 against Mainz 05. Match preview. Having claimed 7 points from a possible 9 ahead of their trip to Dortmund, Gladbach traveled with plenty of confidence as they looked to maintain their place in the Bundesliga's top half of the table. That looked set to be a realistic ambition when goals from Rocco Reitz and Manu Cohn provided them with a 2-0 lead in the first half at Westfalenstadion. But Marcel Sabitzer and Niklas Füllkrug struck back to restore parity within 4 minutes. Jamie Bino Gittens scored in the final minute of the first half to provide the hosts with a narrow halftime lead. But despite amassing 23 shots, 13 of which were on target across the course of the encounter, they did not manage to settle the match until Daniel Malin's 97th-minute strike. Although Die Fohlen were dominated by Dortmund, Gerardo Seoane will be pleased by his side's upturn in performances and results in recent weeks. The former Bayer Leverkusen boss will be confident of claiming a third successive home win in the league against Hoffenheim, before hosting Wolfsburg in the last 16 of the DFB Pokal later in the week as they look to win the club's first major trophy for almost 3 decades. Hoffenheim, meanwhile, have failed to win any of their last 4 matches in all competitions after being held at home by Mainz on Sunday. Die Kraichgauer had trailed at half-time courtesy of Marco Richter's strike for the struggling visitors, but Robert Skov equalized 3 minutes after the break. A draw was probably the fair outcome, with both teams registering a similar amounts of shots. Possession and corners, with Hoffenheim holding on to 6th spot despite their recent downturn in form. However, it should be remembered that they were fighting against relegation for most of last season, with Pellegrino Matarazzo ultimately guiding them to safety during the closing weeks of the campaign. The former Stuttgart boss lost each of his first 5 matches in charge after being appointed in February earlier this year. But he has won 11 out of 22 league matches since then. The 45-year-old will have dreams of taking Hoffenheim back into Europe next season by claiming a top 6 position, and having claimed 16 points from a possible 18 on their travels in the Bundesliga this season. There is every chance that they can return to winning ways in Mönchengladbach this weekend. Team news. Gladbach are expected to remain without Tony Janschke, Lucas Ulrich, Koit Akura, Hannes Wolf and Jonas Omlin through injury, while Stefan Lehner is unavailable after being diagnosed with lymph node cancer earlier this year. However, the Austria fullback recently resumed full training and will hope to be involved in a matchday squad before the winter break. Theosun Sayabachu was withdrawn against Dortmund due to a knock and is unlikely to be risked, with Tomas Kvankera representing the most likely candidate to replace the former Union Berlin striker in attack. Hoffenheim, meanwhile, will travel without Grisha Promel as the midfielder received his 5th booking of the season against Mainz. Florian Grillitsch is likely to replace Promel, who will miss 1 match through suspension in the visitors' engine room. Stanley Nsoki, Mirjam Berisha, Marco John and Dennis Geiger will all remain sidelined for Hoffenheim, meaning that Matarazzo is unlikely to make any other changes to the side which claimed a point against Mainz last time out. Borussia Mönchengladbach possible starting lineup: Nicholas, Scally, Elvedi, Waber, Honorat, Reitz, Weigl, Cohn, Netz, Kvankera, Plee. Hoffenheim possible starting lineup: Baumann, Kabak, Brooks, Voigt, Skov, Grillitsch, Stock, Bolter, Kramaric, Bayer, Weghorst. We say, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1-2 Hoffenheim. Although Gladbach have improved in recent weeks, they allowed 13 shots on their goal against Dortmund last week, with performances under Seoane's management still leaving plenty to be desired. Hoffenheim's results have dipped of late, but their away record has been extremely impressive this season, and we can envisage Matarazzo's side claiming a 6th win in 7 matches on the road. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.